All right, so next up in our award ceremonies tonight, this one is super fun. So we love our musicians, right? They are amazing. This is what we are here for. But there is also a whole ton of people around these musicians that make this industry and this scene in our local community run and work. And so I think this is such a cool thing that the New Times has been doing for the last few years. It is the Local Legend Award, all right? And this goes out to someone who really has embodied the local music scene, who has supported the local music scene, who has worked to lift the music scene up. Sometimes it's a musician, sometimes it's not. Sometimes it's a musician that does 100 other things, because let's be real, we like multitasking. Or I do. All right, so local legends. When it comes to the New Times Music Awards, what is a local legend? And by the way, thank you to Glenn Starkey for writing this lovely story for me. It's someone whose commitment to and impact on. That's not Glenn Starkey. But thank you, Rustin, for making all of the sound happen tonight. All right, so local legend is someone who has a commitment to and an impact on the local music scene, unquestionable. Someone with deep roots in the music community, someone whose actions have advanced and enhanced the local scene in significant ways. It is hard to imagine someone more worthy than, are you ready for this? Wally Barnick, all right? And if you're not familiar, I hear some cheers, there are some familiarities. Wait, I still have lots more story, Rustin, sorry. Thank you. All right, so Wally Barnick, if you are not familiar, let me tell you a story, all right? He is a resident of the Central Coast since 1971, both a musician and a music promoter. Wally, perhaps best known as a member of the famed and long-running urban bluegrass group, Cache Valley Drifters. Yeah, all right. They're actually really good. I just got educated this week, checked them out on the YouTubes. All right, he has played on and off for over 46 years with that band, closely connected to folk music icon Kate Wolf before her untimely death in 1986. His time with the Cache Valley took him as a bassist and singer all across the US, Canada, and Western Europe. Closer to home, you may remember Wally from his years with dance and wedding bands, the Whale's Knees. Anybody? In the early 80s, seemed to play every night in the slow bars. Even today, many people will stop Wally and say, hey, you played our wedding. He's that kind of guy. Or remember that one night downtown at McClintock's? There's probably not been a Central Coast venue for the last 40 years that Wally hasn't played in. And if you asked him about the highlights, I haven't even met this guy in real life, and I love him so much. He would say every gig and every group or band was a highlight. And I am always looking forward to every new downbeat. Downbeat is when the musicians have to be there to play. Right, I think? Is that the thing? That's what it is? Yeah. All right, this goes back, and this is really cool. One former venue that he is very closely tied to is the Spirit Nightclub. That is the current home of the local NBC affiliate, KSBY, well, up on the hill. That used to be a club, dude. We missed out. Just saying. So between 1984 and 1989, Wally managed the club, arranged for a long line of world-class artists to perform at the Hilltop Outpost. Closely tied to the Spirit was Wally's editing and publishing of the Spirit magazine, which heralded the monthly schedule of acts for the club. Keep in mind, this started before the New Times published its first issue in 1986. That's how far back Wally goes in this community. All right, we're talking music, we're talking promoting music, we're talking writing about music. This is why we are honoring him as a local legend. And in addition to his many collaborations, Wally has released 3 solo albums. Most recently, New Road, which came out last month. Dude is still cranking out music, and he's been here since 1971. Local legend, dude. All right? Wally likes to joke about his 3 solo albums that they will always stand as milestones in an only mildly illustrious career. Again, I love this guy so much. Most importantly, though, Wally must be lauded as a master collaborator who has always been ready, willing, and able to join other musicians to make a project, gig, or jam session stronger. With names left out to protect the innocent, because let's remember, we're talking like dating back to 71, right? Countless ensembles that have invited Wally to participate in the myriad musical projects of their invention, and instead of feeling burdened, these moments have energized Wally and strengthened the Central Coast community. And so we say cheers to Wally Barnick. And while Wally couldn't be here, we have the one and only Glenn Starkey to accept on his behalf. And Rustin, I am reminded, yes, thank you. There's that jam.
In the white room with black curtains by the station.
All right, I'm obviously not Wally Barnick because I can either play the bass like a badass or sing. Wally really wanted to be here, planned to be here. When he found out he couldn't be here, I said, well, I'll just say it was like circumstances beyond your control. And he said, just tell the truth. My parole officer wouldn't let me out. It's a rough crowd. Wally deserves to be here, but he's not here right now. So I'm going to take his award and put it on my mantle and pretend I'm a big man for a while. Thank you guys all for coming. Wally thanks you. Have a good night.
Thank you, Wally, Glenn, whatever your name is tonight. Also, this cover of White Room by Cream, the Cache Valley Drifters, if you want to check out a little work from Wally.